So hi once again, I think this is the third video I'm doing the same day, and I just wanted to get it out of the way. I finally figured out the first topic I wanted to talk about today, and it is going to be miracles. Is a miracle really a thing? So of course here miracles can be understood as things that happen to us mysteriously. But the miracles really I'm talking about, for example, if you have a certain disease, or you have a certain problem and you pray about it and you expect magic sort of to happen, is it really a possibility? Now, of course, this is a very challenging topic because almost literally everyone in the basic understanding could have experienced a miracle. But what we could be calling a miracle may be just statistics. So for example, if someone dropped money on the way from your road and you happen to be the one to wake up first and use the road, you are likely to pick the money than compared to the person who comes fifth on the same road. To the person who picks the money, it looks like a miracle, but it is really statistical. So if you observe, it was less likely that the person who comes maybe 100th on the same road was not likely to pick the money. The same thing, for example, if you are born in USA, you are likely to have a job. Why? Because statistically, the employment rate is high. For example, compared to if you are born, say, in an African country where there is a lot of employment opportunities, and you have, say, 30, 40, 50% unemployment. So chances are high that averagely for every 10 people, 4 or 5 people may not have proper employment. So in Uganda, if you get a job, it can actually appear like a miracle. The reason it looks like a miracle in the Ugandan context, not in the American context, is because the statistics and the odds really show that you are not likely to get one. So if you get one, to it may appear like a miracle, heaven sent, but it is just you're just a flip of a coin away. Just like you could flip a coin and once in a while you could end up being ahead 50% of the time. You are so likely to end up being ahead. And so most miracles that people actually talk about, besides whereby people will say maybe someone was born lame and now they are walking if they didn't get medical attention, those are very rare, but they almost don't happen. I would say they don't happen, apart from very few things which can be complex but have also an explanation. But you see most churches, for example, they may parade people who they claim could have been healed. Most of the time, they will not provide proper medical history and you cannot investigate it. And time has showed that after a thorough investigation, the people they proclaimed have miracles, you realize that they were staged. So there are really no serious evidence that really people get serious miracles. People will claim they cure HIV and things of the sort, but you cannot empirically prove what they are saying, whether it was true or false. I'm yet to see, for example, a person who is born limbless without going to hospital, maybe getting artificial limbs, going to a church and they pray and all of a sudden limbs grow like arms or legs. I've not seen such miracles. Or if someone was born without ears, for example, and they grow, these don't happen simply because the tricks needed to forge them out is really still difficult for these people who manufacture miracles. But to a greater extent, miracles, you realize they are a manufacture, they are not true. However, most people believe so, and in most religions, in a few religions like Christianity, because they believe there were once miracles performed by their gods, and so they think people still have power to do these miracles. But on a scientific scale, you cannot really test them out and you prove that they were really miracles. So I don't know, you guys. I want to hear your comments on this. Have you ever experienced a miracle, and what was it? And can you give us an opportunity to investigate it? So, like, I've not seen one personally, and I've been a Christian before. I have seen the so miracles, but I don't remember, for example, seeing a lame person walking that I knew. But I would see such things on TV, but I've not seen it personally. Have you seen it one personally? Most of the time, the people I've asked, they say they don't. I don't know. Have you seen? So this is. I think people need to wake up, and it's funny. But let me put some logic on it. Let me use my last 2 minutes to put some logic on it. So assuming you're diagnosed with HIV. So in your body you have HIV. So if you prayed and you got a miracle and you cured your HIV without taking medication, it is an equivalent of saying that someone can pray for a cow and it disappears. And if you ask the same person that is it possible to pray for a cow to disappear, they will say no. Of course that can't happen. But they believe you can pray for someone and HIV can disappear. The reason they believe that is because they really don't understand what HIV is. And when you go to most of these places, they will tell you like HIV is like a demon. Rather yet, it's a thing, it's an organism. In the simplest of terms, of course, viruses are complex, they are part living, part dead, but they are organisms, they are really matter, they contain matter. In this case, they can't just disappear. They are just small enough, they are microscopic, so we don't see them. We tend to think that they don't exist, but they do, because we see their signatures when we do take samples and we observe. So they do exist. So the fact that you prayed for someone and disappeared, how would it disappear? Because now in this case you would say that matter disappeared. So how did that matter disappear to where? Because this violates first principles of science. So for example, matter can't disappear, but it could be in a form of certain energy and it could transform, but we need to really tell where did it go. So when you go deep and you try to think about it, the possibilities of a disease just curing on its own is very difficult. However, there are people who may have good immunity and eventually maybe they may fight off a disease. For example, there are studies that have shown people who have cured HIV in Congo and they have been able to have immunity to do that. I'm not sure of the whole story, but it is really in the realms of possibility. There could be rare people that, for example, there are rare people who cannot be infected by HIV. So such things can happen. For example, you may find someone with a spouse and the one has HIV and one may not have it. It doesn't mean that this one is really based, but it goes back to the biochemistry of this person, how his system functions. That's, so you may call it a miracle, but we can also put a probability on it. If we trace your genealogy, we could find why you are like that and not the other. So it's not like your chance can go on any other person if they don't have all the necessary environmental factors needed for that to happen. So let me hear what you guys think. This is my first thing I'm jumping on. I know it's a huge topic to talk about, but let me hear your views. Thank you.